Greetings entities and guardians, my name is HyperHimes, and we just came off of a Cookie Run OvenBreak update filled with a ton of destruction of lands and probably important character development. What do you think the next update is going to be? I'll give you some quick trivia. Is it A, a continuation of the important dragon storyline? B, a super important story regarding a Cookie's character arc? C, a story instead focusing on the villains of the game? Or D, farming? Take some time to think about it. If you answered anything but D, then let me tell you that... So going from one important story to some other that probably shouldn't even happen because of literally the last story that happened, I mean, we're in the dinosaur ages according to Cookie Run, we're focusing on a new farming update. Let me get straight to it. The Cookie Run OvenBreak YouTube channel recently released a new video about the new Cookie Run OvenBreak update. If you don't know, what we usually do around here is explain what happens within the trailer, analyze the teaser to see any detail that could help us explain some other details, and try and theorize what we could possibly see within the new update before the update reveal video comes out. I've done this a solid amount of times before, so I feel like I know what I'm doing, but that's about the same as throwing different types of cheeses at the wall to figure out what sticks. Now, of course, I do need to at least mention that this video and what I predict and theorize are just that. Predictions and theories. There's no guarantee that what I say will actually end up being in the game. I just make these videos to hype up the new update not only for myself but for others as well. But anyways, let's get into the trailer because in all honesty, what the trailer lacks in important story in comparison to the last update, it makes up for its adorable designs. Let's dig in. The video is titled New Cookie Reveal Giant Veggie Contest Cookie Run Update Teaser, with a thumbnail showing us what appears to be a cookie who happens to be holding up a big old pig, and also in the background we see some underground house with a fireplace and different vegetables and crops. The video starts with us above the ground, seeing a view of some chunky birds, a few roll cake logs, and fences and crops long and far. However, the scene then pans down to show off an entire underground system with multiple rooms which has every one of them filled in some way. The screen pans down to the first room, showing us 5 pigs who are just sleeping on some hay with, I think, giant carrots hanging above them. We then pan to the second room and third room, with one being some sort of a storage room that has crops and ladders with potatoes hanging from the ceiling, and the other being a mama pig letting her young feed off of her, which is pretty adorable. The fourth room has a pig just bathing in sewage. I don't think it's sewage, but then again, it could also make sense. There's also some more giant crops hanging again in the background, like a beetroot, an onion, a radish, and another carrot. The fifth room is actually populated with a few baby cookies, who happen to be sleeping in a cozy little bed with a basket of vegetables just a few inches away from them. The final room seems to be the dining room or living room of sorts, with a fireplace in the background with a cauldron over the fire, a table with 5 stools, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a 6th one parallel to the one on the bottom, stairs that lead out of the room, and a bunch of more vegetables. Suddenly, a cookie with a farmer's hat walks into the screen and suddenly trips on something or leans down to pick up something. They then suddenly hold up another chunky pig, smiling as the pig has some sort of a leafy green in their mouth. The screen pans up into the dirt with a quote saying, "Time to feed the pig-tatoes," with the screen going above the ground saying, "Cookie Run OvenBreak, Sprout and Grow, Giant Veggie Contest, Grand Reveal May 28th, 2200 GMT +9. Let's be honest, how can you get mad at a mama feeding her young? But it seems pretty obvious what this update is about just by hearing the theme of the update. Sprout and Grow Giant Veggie Contest. If there's a giant veggie contest going on, then obviously this cookie either needs to enter or has entered for many years. Have you seen the crops in the background? That's not even including the multitude of crops inside of their home. Also, I actually don't know if this cookie is some sort of a teenager or a full-blown adult. Some people think that they look like a kid because of their voice, but you also have to remember that Cookie Run OvenBreak does this really funny meme where they take an overbooked looking cookie like Purple Yam Cookie or Pepperoncino Cookie and make their slide and jump sounds high-pitched and sort of wimpy, and we know that they're meant to be older. Depending on which route you want to go with, I think I can still predict what we can expect going down either path of if the cookie is either a kid or an adult. So there's 2 scenarios with this. Scenario 1. This cookie is a family pleb who lives with their wife to take care of their children. We clearly see that other than the pigs, that there were 4 baby cookies we see as well. Growing up, they became friends with a bunch of the pig-tatoes, raising them as their young as well. Considering that they're farmers, they grow many different crops to feed their children and their pig-tatoes. Since they became so good at growing crops, the crops they grow can grow at incredible sizes. Now, once they heard that there's going to be a giant veggie contest, they'd enter not only to show off their amazing green thumb and farming skills, but also to help with the children cookies and pig-tatoes financially to continue caring for the family. It'll be a tough competition with some of the other cookies being amazing at farming as well, but they're not going to give up easily. Now there's scenario 2. This is a kid cookie who works with their family to take care of their crops and farm for their family as the parents take care of the children. To coincide with this, the cookie who I'll refer to as Potato Cookie will take care of the pig-tatoes to split the responsibilities between the mom and dad and also the kid. Of course, the concept of the giant veggie contest is still the same. However, there could be another new cookie who's meant to be another competitor in the competition, kinda like how in the recent Super Fashion Week contest with current cream cookie and pasta meringue cookie. The other cookie could be either another humble cookie who likes to grow crops, or could be a cookie who tries to win through malicious intent and cheating. What do I mean by that exactly? Well, wouldn't a good rival to a cookie who's known to do things humble and fair be a cookie who tries to gain the upper hand through any means necessary? Maybe it's a sciencey cookie who tries to grow their crops through some unorthodox formula, causing them to grow absurdly large. However, some of the pigtatoes eat those crops with the formula and now they become giant as well. Now Potato Cookie has to find a way to figure out how to revert his pigtatoes back to normal size and expose the other cookie for cheating and get them disqualified from the competition. Trust me, I know it sounds crazy, but I love going crazy when thinking about stories that they could potentially use. So in regards to the new cookie, what would they even do? I think with Potato Cookie, they'd do one of two things, and that would be focusing on their crops or focusing on their pigtatoes. Their skill could either be trying to collect their pigtatoes at certain intervals to try and return them back home, or Potato Cookie trying to wrangle up as many pigtatoes as they can to try and chuck out a giant plant that Potato Cookie needs help plucking out of the ground. The more pigtatoes wrangled up, the more points that are given out when the plant is taken out. Now Potato Cookie is going to have a pet too, and I know people would love it if he had a pigtato as a pet. However, I don't think that's possible since it would be pretty obvious. I think it would just be a straight up potato. I know that seems pretty obvious as well, but here's the thing. In the scene where all the baby cookies were, there's a barrel of potatoes on the left and I swear they have eyes. And the thing is, I don't know what else those little dots could be. They could be some sort of bruising marks, but I think it would make more sense that those little tiny dots are eyes. And they probably have some potatoes occasionally rise up from the ground for points. Also, there's guaranteed going to be a new treasure, but what exactly would it be? I would bet that it's a trowel of some sort to cause more crops to come out of the ground that can either give points or give your cookie special effects like blast jelly speed or giant potion height. Now I know you want me to try and predict what the other cookies would have, but that'd be a bit more difficult because I know I just explained that it could be a cookie trying to sabotage the competition, but it could also be the humble cookie or even Potato Cookie's parents. And don't even get me started on trying to guess their pets. If it was the sabotage cookie, then I guess their skill would be trying to collect ingredients to create the perfect concoction to make a plant bigger than before, and if you get the concoction correctly, then you get more points. Of course, when it comes to farming, then obviously fashion immediately comes to mind. The Champions League costume for Centipede Cookie is soon going to be going away, so that's probably going to be replaced with a costume for Potato Cookie or something. Let's be honest, I would love to see Potato Cookie's pigtato in a cool looking dress. Now for the regular costumes, we need to think about cookies who have to do with farming. Immediately, Carrot Cookie and Beet Cookie come to mind. Also, Vagabond Cookie was also doing a lot of crop farming from their update a long time ago, so I'd throw him into the mix as well. Also, with the amount of greens that she collects, I'd also like Spinach Cookie to get some sort of a costume as well. Lastly, let's talk about some of the events that we could be seeing. In regards to this new story, to be honest, I'm afraid to say that the game mode is going to be similar to the Vagabond Cookie game mode called the Yakwa Village Harvest Run, where you'll have to run and collect certain types of crops to obtain rewards and unlock more of the story. I really hope it's more fair with the crops that you'll collect this time. I know for certain that there's not only going to be a new treasure mastery and meet the treasure event for the new treasure being added, but there's also going to be a new cookie mastery event for both of the new cookies for you to grind up and get rewards for. Considering that we're also dealing with food and crops, I think they're also bringing back the Bistrot de Fleurs event, or however the pleb you pronounce it. You know, that event where it's a restaurant where you have to obtain ingredients to serve certain foods to cookies to obtain rewards for them? Will it take time? Oh yeah, but at this point, what event in Cookie Run doesn't take longer than a day to complete without paying money? Also, custom runs basically ended a little bit ago, so I'm not sure if they'll be replacing it with another thing similar like friendly runs, but a pleb can still dream. New daily gifts are going to be given, there's going to be a new jelly set to buy or somehow pull from the jelly set gacha, $10 pet costume, and also there's going to be a gift code for Rainbow Cubes shown at the end of the update reveal video. Now also at the end of all of these videos, I need to say this. Spend your trophy race points, custom run points, or any event specific currency that you have before the update arrives. When it comes, they're gone for good. But what do you all think? Do you think that some of these theories could be correct, or do you think that I'm actually insane and deserve to be locked up in an insane asylum? Be sure to comment down below, and also comment down below if you're excited for this update or not, because I'm curious to know. But with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, then please be sure to leave a like on it, and also share this video with your friends if you enjoy my Cookie Run or theory content. And if you enjoy my content in general, why not subscribe and also hit the bell to be notified of whatever I do in the future. I also have merch if you want to check it out, but I'm not forcing you to buy anything at all. I also have a Discord down in the description if you want to check it out. It's called the Hype Needs Hub. It's a fun time down there, and we're trying to explain each and every single day. And last but certainly not least, there's another link down in the description that leads to a Twitter post where it gets 10,000 likes. I can get the Cookie Run YouTube set for absolutely free. But above all else, I will see you entities and guardians in the next video. Hail the Hype Knees.